Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we are going to look at the brand new Melt Cosmetics SexFoils All Over Highlighter. We're going to talk about what they do, shades, prices, and we're going to do a fairly tame demo. I was slightly worried that this would get out of control, but it didn't, and I want to show you the shades I bought and talk about it a little bit. Okay, first of all, you might have seen in the comments I was joking, I know with Veronica and a few others, that gosh darn it, Mel comes out with this and calls it SexFoil, and I'm going to have to be saying this out loud, and this is a family show, and grumble, grumble. And then I stopped and realized something. My college art history classes kicked in, and I've heard actually that Melt has mentioned this too. The term SexFoil, though they're using it as a bit of a double entendre, is actually just a real term used in architecture and design. I mean, think of a trefoil, right? 3 leaves. And think of a sextuplet. If a woman gives birth to sextuplets, it's 6 babies. So SexFoil in architecture and design, not to talk down to you, that already knew, but maybe you're like me and you're going, that's right, is like a 6-leaved or 6-pronged design in jewelry, stained glass, throughout architecture. That is considered a SexFoil if it has 6. Right? Okay, so I do agree, however, that Melt was a tad bit sneaky, though it is a real term that has nothing salacious to do with it. I'm not really seeing that their products here have 6 floral, so I think they took advantage of it a little bit, but it is not as salacious of a term as we all assumed. Even so, when you leave your comments here, you might want to just call it foil, because I'm afraid comments will get censored and stuff. It happens when I do the Nars videos and things like that. Sometimes comments get censored. The bad ones still get through. But those of you innocently writing to me, you might want to refer to it just as foil, just to make sure that your message comes through. It does happen. Okay, so let's talk about them. There are 7 shades. This is an all-over highlighter, body, face, your parakeet, your feet, whatever it is that you want to highlight. They have given us 7 shades to do it. I picked up 3 shades here. I picked up Gold Ore, Afterglow, and Peaches and Cream. We're going to look at all 3. They are $39 each, if I didn't mention it. You can get a set, though. There's a light, medium, and dark set that, though there's only 7 shades, they kind of one will overlap in each set. And those are $175 and come with the body brush in case you're going to be applying this to your shoulders, décolletage, etc. I am not really a body blinging chick. Yeah, so we're going to use it for me on my face today, but I do want to show you it on my arm as well, so you can just kind of see what these look like. So let me show you first how it's done. Let's use as an example here our Afterglow. It comes in this really pretty bottle. There is a lot of product because a lot of people will use these on their shoulders. You can use it on your legs, décolletage. It will not surprise you to know that there are multi uses here, of course. For instance, you can go ahead and put this right straight onto your legs or shoulders to get a wow effect, or you can just go ahead and mix it with a moisturizer, or if you have like a bronzer that you use on your shoulders, on your legs, that would be beautiful to mix one of the 7 shades in with those. If you're using it on your face, you can put it just right onto your bare face and really go blingy. You can do what we're going to do in the demo in a moment and mix 1 or 2 or more of these with your foundation to just kind of get a slight all over glow. And you can also apply these directly onto the high points of the cheek and wherever else that you would put highlighter. So it can be a straightforward highlighter. Basically, it's a mix-in product, or it can be used on its own. However, and really joking aside, wherever you want to use it. So let's go ahead and look at the 3 shades that I got. Again, this is Afterglow, which is the pinkest. Then I got Peaches and Cream, a slightly oranger color, and Gold Ore, a very kind of bronzy gold color. I didn't buy one of the sets. I didn't need the brush, but I just bought these on their own. So I want to show you how they look. Now, when you kind of squirt this out, so it comes here, and then there's a pump. Do it on your hand, not like, you can't go like all Instagram crazy and squirt it onto your face. You're gonna get too much product. Because this was made for body, really, it gives you a good amount when you squirt it out there. So I'm gonna give it a lot of room here and go. That is the Afterglow. I'm gonna make use of my Sonia G brush here, the Fusion brush, and go ahead and just kind of blend that in for you. And you can see how pretty that is. Isn't that nice? And you can imagine that with a moisturizer, if you're, depending on what you're wearing this summer, that could be beautiful. And then we have here Peaches and Cream, which again, as you see, a lot of it comes out. And I'm just gonna kind of blend that in with the brush. And then using my fingers with the gold ore. Isn't that pretty? And then that blends out. So again, just to show you here, we have Afterglow, Peaches and Cream, and Gold Ore. Those are 3 for you to see. I got a little more gold ore on me here. Now, let me take these samples on my arm here, these swatches, I should say, and let me blend them out a little bit more. You're going to see what these look like. So this would be just straight through, and you'll see what these look like blended with foundation in just a moment. And you can pretty much imagine how they would look. They mix really well too, which you'll also see in the demo. They mix together really well. You can also pretty much imagine how these would mix with a really nice, with a moisturizer onto your legs. Either put your moisturizer on and then put this on over. It doesn't have to be a chemistry experiment. Or pour a little onto your hand and make a little mix. If you are making a mix, I do recommend kind of remembering your ratio of how many squirts of moisturizer to how many squirts of the SexFoil so that you get it right on the other leg. You don't want to, they're kind of forgiving to be honest, but you don't want 2 different shades of leg. That will look a little silly. The nice thing about these SexFoil, and it's funny that they have 7 shades, it should have 6, then they could have pulled off the name a little bit easier. At any rate. Just saying. The nice thing is that they're really inclusive shades. They're very forgiving. As you see, all 3 of those would work on me, and I'm a light medium. But if you have a deep complexion, it's easy to find one for you. And if you're very fair, it is also easy. So it's a nice inclusive collection. When they came out, I kind of thought to myself, oh, I don't know if we need another liquid highlighter. But actually, I am pretty impressed. It's a very pretty product. Now, before we go into the demo, I do want to let you know that I tried some of these on my legs yesterday when they got to me, and I kind of purposely wore things over it. And I didn't get, I don't know if you can see here, I didn't get a lot of transference. I really hate when you put something on your legs and you sit on your friend's couch and you get up and you've left it there. They set pretty nicely. I mean, they move, you have time to play and move, but once it's kind of into the skin, it definitely, and we have 3 different shades there, but it definitely kind of, as you see, really becomes part of the skin, and it is not obnoxious. That is a product with no moisturizer. That's just on its own. It is not obnoxious, and it doesn't get all over your white shorts or your skirt or the furniture. So actually, we'll talk a little bit more about it, but I actually think it's quite a nice product. If you bring the shade from your décolletage or shoulders on up into your face as a highlight, it also ties together a whole look. These are actually really pretty, but I want to show you how I used it today to get this very simple, easy, summery look that is not outrageously glistening, to be honest, but I think it's really pretty. So stay there and let's try it out together. Okay, I have absolutely nothing on my face, and I'm a little nervous. I mean, I really don't want to shine like C3PO. So let's just see. Okay, so I've got my Tarte Hydroflex here. I love this stuff. It's like a serum foundation, really lightweight and not really full coverage, okay? Might be dangerous, but that's what I like. Okay, so we're gonna put 1, 2 drops, 2.5 drops really on my hand here. I don't know if that's picking that up. And I am going to go, I think, with the Peaches and Cream and a little bit of Gold Ore. We don't want to get too crazy here, so let's go. Oh, that's a lot. So there we go. We're going to mix them together. The thing is, you have to get this right, and then I just put in a little bit of the Gold Ore. I'm taking a Sonia G Fusion brush first, and I'm going to just, on my palm here, which is Nature's palette, I'm going to mix it, and we are going to put it on. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to do one side. Oh no, I'm running out. You know why that worries me? Because you might not get the concoction the same, and I'm going to have two different sides. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. I pretty much watched how much I used. Again, nothing on my face, no concealer or anything yet. So we have one side with nothing on it at all. This side has I use the Tarte Hydroflex. You could use whatever you have at home, but it's a light serum-like foundation. So we've got nothing here, as you can tell. And then I just kind of mixed the two of the SexFoil with the foundation. All right, let's mix it again here. It was 1, 2.5 drops. Got that again. It was one that was too heavy of that. And then a little tiny just dot with my finger of the gold. Mixing again. And let's see if I got it right. The SexFoil stuff really is going to kind of cover stuff up. So, I mean, you know, it kind of reflects light naturally and moves around a little bit. So I'm not really concerned that I won't match, especially if I bring it to both sides. Okay, now, here's what I want to do. I still want to keep experimenting with these, and we have not used the Afterglow, which is the pinker of them, which really doesn't go with this kind of golden, peaches and cream golden color I've done, but we're just playing with it to see how the stuff works. What I want to do now, this is kind of going to act as my foundation, and what I want to do now is put a little bit of concealer on, just a little bit of eye makeup and stuff, and I want to come back and kind of put this on as almost a glowy blush and highlight, and let's see how it looks. Let's see what we got here. Stay right. Okay, let's continue. Now, I don't want anyone to feel left out. Here's what I did off camera. I just added a very teeny bit, I mean very, very teeny bit of the Melt Dual Blush in Buzzkill, and I just used the brighter color. And on the eyes, a little bit of the Melt Brunette palette. I just tried to go all melt, but I didn't do anything too crazy. This isn't about eyes. This is about dewiness and highlight, right? Okay, so now here we have a slightly almost finished version, mixing two of the Melt SexFoils with a serum-like foundation. So now I want to try them as a highlight only. I don't know if I would normally do this, but let's do it. We haven't tried Afterglow yet, and that's a little bit pink for what I've got on the rest of my face right now, which is this kind of orangey golden vibe, but I don't really care. I just want to try the products. So let me put a little bit, because a lot of this comes out, because remember, it's also for the body. So a lot of it comes out. And in our intro, we tried this, and you saw what it could look like on the body. I'm just not much of a body blinger myself. Okay, so I'm just taking this off there. Again, making use out of my Sonia G Fusion brushes. Down, again, a little bit pink, but I tried to go pink. I used, talk about embarrassing names for products. I used Ho Is Life from Melt on the lips, which is a little bit pinker, because I knew we were going to go pink here with the highlight. And I'm trying to just kind of keep it natural there. So it's a very, very pretty highlight. That's quite natural and nice. I thought it would be glowing like crazy, and I'm not really seeing that. I do hope we're picking it up here on my camera. Kind of pretty. Really, really beautiful products. They look like they're going to last, and lasted on my arm. Really didn't transfer very much. Kind of a nice product. So I really need to know what you guys are thinking. Are you highlighted out? Are you liquid highlighted out? I kind of need to know, is this on your list? Are you buying more than one? If it is, are you just waiting to see reviews? What are your thoughts? As usual, dying for you guys to tell me, so please leave your comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, which I sure hope you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, I would love for you to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.